Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Friday morning trading room. 1 second here, we'll get the screen share going on. And it looks like the market's still in a little bit of a rally mode after yesterday's decline. Looks like we've got a little bit of a rally here to start the day. And it looks like we still have some volatility, so it'll be an interesting day here today. Nice little move here right out of the open, talking about those first eagle signals, those first in-sync eagle signals. Well, right here we have one right on the opening buzzer. We've got a red bar buy right off of the hard edge, and really nice follow through on that one. Like I mentioned before, you Raptor traders don't need to feel left out. You can do the exact same thing. Just look at that first signal where everything is in sync. And you can see here we've got a number 3 signal, back-to-back number 3 signals. This one did not print because the cloud drifted out of shape, out of sync, but it was still a number 3 signal, a hard edge bounce, and there too we have some very nice follow through to start the day. So a nice strong move to right out of the open. Three minutes into the day and your day could be done. All right, well, it looks like they're chopping about a little bit right now as they try to get their footing. Mark says he took that 4-arrow consolidation on a second push, so that would be this one right here. Nice little congestion period in the hawk. Looks like it rallied up high enough to find its high probability profit target, so good job, Mark. All right, back now to the hard edge. And we always expect a reaction when the market gets back to the hard edge of the trading band. Doesn't always mean we're going to get a big reaction or even a trend resumption, but there should be a reaction of sorts. So we'll hold out for that. Should also see something resembling, well, I guess this could qualify as a test of the extreme. I thought we might see something bigger. Now the seller's taking their turn. Let's see how things are looking here on a daily chart. I mentioned yesterday. Oh, we've got a ways to go. Looks like the market's recovering a little bit here near this 6250, 6300 zone. If the market gets back up here above the 6650 area, it's entirely possible. Well, I would say 6800 is a given. It's entirely possible we could see 6900 or even 7,000. But first things first. First, they've got to hold where they are, and right now they're not doing a very good job of that. Looks like we've had a substantial decline off of the cloud crossover signal here. And in hindsight, I can now tell you that this was in fact the test of the extreme. Market turned over, produced a rule of 3, even though there were only 2 counter trend signals, and fell off. Oh, Stephen, I feel for you. Stephen says, I've been up 2 trades this morning. Both were up over $150. I moved my stops to break even, and I was stopped out of both. Ugh. Yes, that's the double-edged sword of volatility. It's nice to have the market moving about a bit, but those swings, they can certainly trap you out. All right, well, I thought we were going to see more of a bull rally, but we're not seeing anything of the kind here. Market's in a big decline again. And I don't know, here's a 4-arrow consolidation on the hawk. And if it gives me another opportunity, oh, Eric, if you wait much longer, you're not going to get in. Shoot. Market moving a little bit too fast. I should have just hit the sell button. Is that going to be the last leg down? Well, we're getting some mixed signals. Here's a green bar sell, which tends to develop near the end of a downtrend. Here now a red bar buy, so the market a little mixed up at the moment. The Falcon interjected a little bit of a green trend line there. And the Raptor also giving us a hard edge bounce and now coming back with a number 2 signal. That's the counter trend signal. All right, well, let's put that on the shelf for the moment. We're getting some more signals printing now, and they very well might follow through, but I'm just waiting a little bit here for things to settle. It's tough trading when the market is all over the map like this. You see, okay, here comes the number 3 signal. I'm going to maybe try to get on board if it takes out the high there. This is just a hard edge bounce. And here we come back with yet another hard edge bounce. And I'm going to try to run this out. See if I can't get a little extra out of it. The danger of this trade, and hopefully it doesn't make a major reversal on me here, is that this leg that we're looking at right now may develop into a very, very big bear flag. And I'm going to roll to break even now. Oop, no, I'm not. Well, here we'll do it manually. There we go. Nuts. Well, shoot. Should have just taken my profit. Nice little bounce there off of the primary line. Okay, here we come again with another hard edge bounce, and I'll try it one more time. So this hard edge bounce, you're probably wondering, Eric, how's that a hard edge bounce? I don't see a number 3 signal there. Well, if it gets, within a couple of ticks of the hard edge, it still qualifies as a hard edge bounce. If this one develops into a buy signal, this definitely will be a hard edge bounce. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This isn't looking very good. Come on, buyers, where'd you go? Oh dear. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to get spanked here in a moment. Yep. Oh, come on. So back here to the, which is that? Is that the resistance or the support? That's the primary resistance line. Oh my goodness, if this gets into the black, this is going to be one of my all-time lucky trades. as the market got within a few ticks of my stop loss. Okay, we'll bring that up, and wow, the volatility here this morning is just crazy. Oh, nicely done, Mark. Mark banking a couple of trades this morning. He says took a couple Falcon trades. We'll take a look at those in a moment. Wow, if the parabolics hold me in, that'll be a small miracle. Okay, there they go. Mark says capitalized here on a late filter entry signal. Very, very reliable signal, that late filter entry. For those of you trading the Falcon, definitely one to keep a lookout for. Of course, that's when your filter goes out of sync, comes back into sync, but your trend line never changes color, and you produce a signal. Very reliable trading opportunity. Well, I thought they were getting bullish there, and now all of a sudden the sellers have shown up again and pushed the market back down. To the hard edge of the trading band. Wow, and there we go with the volatility again. Yeah, Mark says the late filter entries have been a nice follow through. Got to be fast on the trigger though. The way the market's behaving, it's almost better just to use your buy and sell buttons and go in at the market. At least you're in. More back and forth, more crazy swings. You can just see the sideways nature of the market and how quickly the bars are printing. Your NASDAQ or pardon me, your Raptor down here with the background highlights looks like a barber pole type candy cane. Lots of yellow bars here on the Hawk. And the Falcon, same thing, all broken up, especially the filter. When the market's this volatile as well, stop placement, very, very tricky. Trying to keep a reasonable stop, but yet keeping it far enough away that you don't get tagged prematurely. A real challenge. Okay, nice little trend change signal here on the Eagle. Looks like we're going to get a second push on that. A first micro macro cross on the Hawk. Trend change signal forming here on the Falcon. Hard edge bounces and cloud crossovers on the Raptor. Oh, come on. Give me another chance. Steven says, I just got long and was up 180 per contract, then stopped out at break even. Steven, I think it's the kind of day that we're going to have to take profit on target. If you happen to run it out, great, but you know, you figure out, okay, well, I left $300 on the table, and then I left another 180 on the table. That's how I determined it's time to start taking profit on target, because I still remember, this is years ago now, looking at my telephone bill and looking at all those small charges, $1 here, a couple dollars there, and I'm looking at a $300 phone bill. And I thought to myself, my goodness, if the phone bill adds up that quickly, why can't my trades add up that quickly? Well, they could if I took my profit when I had it, of course. All right, here they come. Oh, the Falcon changing over already. I'm looking for another hard edge bounce, actually. That last run up, I would entertain another hard edge bounce signal. So we're back into the hard edge, the highs up here. I could, you know what, I could even just anticipate that the signal is going to print up there. Maybe give it another tick or two and cover it down there. No, that's going to be out of reach. Oh, I might need just to get ready here on my buy button. All right, so we're at the high of the morning. This could have a little giddy up to it. Oh, couldn't get my break even out of the way fast enough. Let's see if they go above the high. There we go. We'll re-enter. Get that break even out of there. Get my stop back a bit. getting the big reverse now. Come on, where's that follow through? Aye, look at that. See, should have left my break even in, should have taken my profit on target. I'm going to pay for this one now. In fact, here I'm going to be good and put my profit order back. Make sure I select the right order. Yep, I didn't think I would get lucky twice. Well, I'm going to have to do a little bit of work here. It's not that the trade itself was such a bad idea. I do believe that the market can definitely go higher from here. What was wrong was just the volatility. I could not keep my stops far enough away. And, you know, entering late, it happens. Welcome to the wonderful world of trading. Yeah, Mark says the speed at which things reverse has been crazy. It most certainly has. All right, let's see what we got. All right, getting a bit of a second push now on this signal here for the eagle. Can I cover it to the hard edge? I can. So this is essentially a trend change signal. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for the buyers to pick up the market again. I'm looking for a little bit more bullish follow through here. we'll see if we get it. I might actually give it a couple of extra ticks, just given the volatility. Give it a bit of a wide berth on the entry. So now we're back into the hard edge. And that's slipping too low, so we'll scrub that order. Look at them go. Just craziness. Here on the Eagle, a really, really drawn out second push entry. And I might stretch my profit target a bit. So the signal developing way back here, didn't get the second push until around here. Normally I would not wait this long, but the market is far from normal lately. It looks as though, do we have a resistance line here at 63.80? No, don't see one. Got the resistance line here at 63.94, and after that it's clear sailing here back to the lows of the morning at 63.50. So just some incredible ranges going on here this day. Ooh, all right. Gonna go with my I promise this is the last time I'm going to run it out. I promise from here on out, well, at least for today, I'll take profit on target. Okay, well, that helped take a little bit of the sting out of that earlier trade. While we're waiting for the next opportunity, just a reminder that there is no trading room on Monday. I'm not going to be available this Monday. Well, a little bit more sidewaysness going on now. Just doing a little housekeeping. We're really liking the whole 63, 70, 75, 80 zone. Look at what a tight little band we're printing right around this price level. And earlier as well. So keep that number in mind, 6380. Probably going to be a number we will revisit next week. Okay, getting a number one signal here now. on the Raptor, and it looks like it's actually getting a bit of a reaction off of those lows. And here they come again. You know, again, just given the volatility of these ranges, you're pretty much committed to these really, really wide trades. Just try to stay on the right side of the marketplace. Did they slip me this time? No, no slip. Hanging up here a little bit at the swing low. Come on down. Well, that pretty much offsets my earlier loss, and you know what? That might be it for me today. The market just really crazy volatile. We'll still hang out, of course, and we'll try to pick up some trades as they present themselves. But a pretty good day. So far. And we did end up trickling back now near the low of the morning. You can see we're trading around the 63.50 zone. Lots more back and forth. In spite of my earlier bullishness, the market's neutral now. In fact, most recently, like in the last 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, the market's gone bearish on us. So My earlier assumptions, well, may not have been correct, but we'll see. The way it's flip-flopping back and forth, my goodness. It's like we say about the weather here on Vancouver Island. If you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes. Well, it's very much the same way today. You don't like the market, just wait 10 minutes. And look at that, right back, stuck again around 63.80. Working at trend change signals, subsequent hard edge bounces, number 2 signals. So again, we just got this really big sideways mess. You could bracket this as a sideways range. The top end of the range is obvious. I think a breakout through the top end is an obvious buy. The down side, not quite as obvious because the support may be here, it may be here. But if you're just looking to scalp in and out or take your swing profit on target, it probably isn't going to matter that much. In fact, I may set up. Did I not say I was not going to take another trade today? I do remember, seem to remember saying I wasn't going to take another trade today. And again, just giving it a really, really wide berth on the entry. You can see what happens is the market will break out by a tick or two, try to grab some of those early trades. Now it's going to try to stop them all out. Everybody knows where everybody's stops are. If you placed your buy order at that high, where's your stop loss order? Well, dollars to donuts, your stop loss order is right down there somewhere. And sure enough, like they're trying to make a run at the stops. Now you've got buyers who are interested in buying the support. They see this as a sideways trading range, so they're trying to buy the support, and that's currently supporting the market. We'll see if they can find enough buyers to get it back up over this level again. See, look at that. Now the sellers are stepping in, and the people that bought here on this early breakout are saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe the market gave me a chance to get out at break even. So they're getting out at break even. And that's causing that little bit of a hiccup. Now the sellers are pouring it on, And when they get back down here, the reverse will happen. And sooner or later, it will break one higher or lower. And from there, we will probably see a little bit more follow through. Okay, well, let's see if they are serious this time. They're trying hard. Wow. Just craziness. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not liking this. No, we're definitely lacking in trending follow through. No shortage of volatility, but if we had a little bit more follow through on each of the signals, it would be a lot easier to take. Come on. Give me my break even, you scoundrels, you. All right, we'll go back up there. Got the break even. Last chance. Last chance. Big push. Oh, whew. Wowie. Okay, it's been a little uncomfortable sitting on this horseshoe all morning, but um, I'm glad the trade worked out. Okay, let's put that back on the shelf. And now I'm really not going to push my luck. Yeah, funny thing here, Scott. You're right. Scott says the Russell is way too slow. Look at this is the Russell compared to the Nasdaq. Maybe we should be following the Russell. It might be a little bit easier on the nerves. Ho-hum just seems kind of boring, doesn't it? That's not fair to the Russell. The Russell is a very good market, but yeah, compared to the volatility that we're watching fly by here in the NASDAQ, it's just craziness. Prasanth, yes, Prasanth is asking, aren't the Russell futures symbol TF? I thought I saw RTY. This year, Russell futures have moved from the ICE exchange to the CME. So they have a symbol, a new symbol, the RTY. So you no longer, for those of you who thought about trading the Russell but didn't want to fork out for yet another data stream, now you don't have to. It should be part of your CME data package. I had a question here from Peter. Hold on a second. Where did it go? The Russell, you know, the Russell is a good market. I haven't followed it very much. The NASDAQ has always kind of held my attention. But there's definitely nothing wrong with following the Russell. A lot of traders believe the Russell is a pure market, that it tends to attract more professional traders. Yeah, whether or not that's true, I don't know. Whether or not it even matters, I don't know. I think you just have to find a market that you're comfortable with. I think it's important that you kind of stay with the market of choice for a little while, because each market has its own personality, and you want to kind of get familiar with that personality. You can see right now the NASDAQ very schizophrenic, shall we say. We went from last month a period of extreme sideways dull trading to extreme volatility in a heartbeat. Peter's question, Peter asked, quick question, since I'm up $400 on 2 trades and the 315 bond market closes and the institutions shift back to the stock futures, any thoughts? Would that be a good time to trade? Okay, I'm not entirely sure what you're getting at, Peter, because of course it is Friday, right? The week's winding down. I would not be looking to trade late in the day. Now, if you're asking about holding through the weekend, I don't have an issue with that, you know, especially if you're in a profitable position. But if you're looking to trade near the market close or after the market closes on a Friday, I would say no. I would say go find something else to do. Chances are the market will be very, very dull and very, very sideways. You're not going to get anything tradable anyway. And that's kind of the true of any after-hours market, is that things tend to get really, really quiet. Last night, for instance, I was fooling around a little bit with some Forex markets, and you could just see very plainly, well, here, we can do it right now. We can do it on even the NASDAQ. Where did I put my daily chart? So here's the NASDAQ. If I go down to say, I don't know, 15-minute chart, all you have to do is look at the volume bars, and you can see quite plainly, look at the drop in market participation, and look at how dead the market is until about an hour or so before the open. Then we get a little bit of a rise in volatility. Look at what the market did while the volume was down. Like, you're picking up pennies. It's not worth the effort. I don't think, you know, to sit here for 2 or 3 hours and try to squeak a couple dollars out of that. It's just really, really tough. And of course, like I said, today's Friday. You're not going to get anything. You'll get, a few minutes, and then the markets will shut down for the weekend. Nick says I should have spent more time with the whack-a-mole arcade game. I know, that's what it seems like, doesn't it? The market pops its head up. You got to hit the buy or sell market button. That's funny. I like that. Good question, Mark. I'd have to do a little digging. Mark asked, what's up with the NQ of late? Why would we have this kind of volatility? And why would it sustain this long when the other markets aren't following suit? Well, the NASDAQ's always kind of been, a lone wolf, if you will. It's not that it's going to move out of sync with the major stock indices. They will all follow the same overall path 99% of the time. But the NASDAQ, of course, more tech-driven. I don't know, did they lump the Bitcoin in with NASDAQ? That would certainly account for a lot more volatility. But it really lit up this last week, of course. So I'm not a big one for following market news. I'd have to poke around a bit. Well, here we're waiting, so let's take a look at some of the websites, see what they're talking about. I don't see anything here that's jumping out at me. It's all hindsight reporting. U.S. stock snaps higher a day after entering a correction. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. Stocks open higher on Wall Street. Dow Jones Industrial Average up more than 300 points following tumultuous week. Let's see what that one says. And that's all it says. Yeah. Okay. And we're starting to see a little bit of back and forth. Hard to believe we're only an hour into the day. Yeah, Mark, talking about playing the sideways trading range here that we have. Mark says you can throw an order in at 63.75 and expect a bounce. Whenever, if you suspect the market is in a sideways range, as it would be right now, it's important that if you're going to play limit orders, that you don't hang on too long. And that's on the exit side as well as the profit side. Because there will be a time that you're wrong, and it looks like that time was right now. The market just kind of slipping through there. All right, here come the sellers yet again. Wowee. Working a pretty nice looking late filter entry here on the Falcon. Look at that one. Do we get a chance at a second push on it? If I hurry. Oh, out of reach. Framed it a little bit too wide, but let me go back and show you what it should look like. Note the nice flatness here of the trend line. That's pretty much as good as money in the bank, that bad boy. Or bad girl. Well, and here we are back to the lows of the day. Yeah. Mark writes, just as I say 63.75 was support, there it goes. That's the trading game. Welcome to my world. Like I said, when you guys do something in private, nobody knows about it, but you guys get to see me make my mistakes, and after that, they get posted online. Woohoo! All right, a little bit of a recovery now. I wonder if we're going to get like a double pullback here. Double pullback or another hard edge bounce. That might be inviting. Oh, the sellers just jumping all over the buyers. Taking them to the woodshed. Owie. Well, that'll get a few people scrambling. Well, here we come with yet another number 3 signal. So we got a hard edge bounce. This would be what we refer to as a double pullback. And here too, you know, I don't think I want to get in too tight, maybe even looking at entering below this swing low. I know it looks like I'm giving up a whole lot on the entry side, and I suppose I am, but I really don't want to get tagged early in a trade. All right, so there now the double pullback signal. And at the very least, I would think you want to enter below this swing low right there. And even entering lower might be advisable. Well, looks like it worked out. All the way back here now to the median line. That's one thing, all this extra volatility has really given us some broad support and resistance lines. Wow. You could pretty much punch in on any of these orders, and the market follow through is just insane right now. All right, well, let's put that away before I do something silly. Oh my gosh. Okay, somebody pulled the plug on the market here. It's in free fall now. Wow, look at them go. This is a 4-figure day, for sure it is. Not quite shooting fish in a barrel, but what opportunities today. I'm okay, I took my share. But what a wild move. Oh, Mark shares a little comment here. He says, I lost on my 63.75 support theory but made it back on the late filter entry. I'm done. Lesson learned. Stick to my high probability trades and don't overthink it. That is so true. A lot of people overthink their trading, and that is also a problem. Look at this. This is just unreal. The market in free fall here for about 20 minutes. Every uptick, buyers are just getting hammered. Curtis says NASDAQ seems to be testing pre-market lows of Tuesday. Got to pull up a daily chart to get a view of what's going on here. And it looks like they're driving for the lows. The volume is down today. Yep, that is today's volume bar. That would also account for a lot of the choppiness, lower volatility, or pardon me, lower volume. Again, a little bit of a bullish recovery back here to the hard edge on the Eagle. That's probably going to be short-lived, although now we have a rule of three signal. Oh man, just can't keep up. Mark says it's quite a show. Funny thing is, it says is as entertaining as it is just to watch. Once you're a trader, it's hard just to sit there and watch it. Then the market makes moves like this. Mark says I've unplugged my mouse to protect my profit and protect myself from myself. You know what, folks? It's annoying, in hindsight, to look at this and say, why didn't I sell here? Why didn't I sell at least one contract? But you know what? You're going to miss moves. I've been doing this for a while. I miss lots of moves, but I make my share as well. You're never going to catch every big move. Every once in a while, you'll be on a big ride and it'll be loads of fun, and enjoy it while it lasts. But you will miss most of those big moves because the volatility is so high. It's really, really hard to get on board. And then, I'm having a pretty good day here. I don't want to ruin it. Like Mark says, he doesn't want to blow up his day. I think we're getting a nice late filter entry signal here now to the long side. Trend line relatively flat. Could be a little buying opportunity. There's the completed signal now. You could probably set it up like this. Come on, get up there. Look at how they're stuck here now on the median line, 63.30. There we go. And one more tick there. And now we got our profit. So, you know, you can still capitalize. There's obviously no shortage of volatility here, even this late in the morning. But you shouldn't beat yourself up for missing a move. All right, it's going to happen. Happens all the time. Oh, it looks like the Russell's picked up a little volatility now. Funny thing is, if we look at the daily, well, here, let's look at maybe a 15-minute chart or a 5-minute. Here's today's trading range. We really haven't made that big of a range. This will make more sense. So here's today's trading. And you can see it's really, really not that broad of a range. This was yesterday's range. Yesterday's range was much bigger. Yesterday's range goes from, goes from about here to here. Today's range really relatively quiet, and yet all the volatility that we've seen. Same thing with the day before. The range from the day before was enormous. Big, big move lower. So in spite of the market going kind of crazy, really, we haven't gone that far. And now the buyers are pushing back. Nick's asking a little early for a retest of a 10% correction. You know what, Nick? I really try to avoid predicting or second guessing what the market's going to do. And rather, I try to focus on what the market is doing and what kind of opportunities it's presenting. Is it trending? Yes. Okay, I deem it to be trending higher now. Is there an opportunity there for me? Yeah, okay, well, there's a hard edge bounce. I can maybe do like a second push, and I can try to take advantage of that should the market go higher. Will the market go higher? Will the market go lower? Those are questions I try to avoid because that gets into predicting and second guessing. And that is so much more difficult than trading. Trading is more reactionary. And frankly, that's hard enough. This uptrend, by the way, may just be a really, really, really big bear flag. You can see how the market tumbled from there. Yeah, I'm not sold on buying it just yet. I think I would be more inclined still to be on the short side. All right, gang, I think that's about all my nerves can take right now. And we'll close here with Mark's comment. My takeaway for the day, high probability signals and nothing but. There's been no shortage of nice late filter entry signals, case in point. If you took just those and nothing else, you've had a monster day, and that is so true. You're not going to catch all the signals. You shouldn't even try. Pick your battles, take your profit, and give yourself a good little pat on the back for a job well done. And enjoy your profits. It's so much more fun than losing money. And a good way to lose money is to chase the market around when it doesn't know which way it wants to go. All right, gang. Again, no trading room Monday. I will see you on Tuesday. We'll talk to you then. Bye for now.